I was told by the caretakers that there's something brand new added for this season. Let's just say I didn't have trouble spotting it. And I believe the sun's trying to peek out. Maybe this day's gonna turn around after all. It's raining. Of course, as soon as we arrive back at the station, the rain has stopped. Mother Nature, please make up your mind. It's another gloomy, dreary day here in Pennsylvania. Actually, it was pouring rain the entire morning. And that doesn't really surprise me because right now we're here for opening day at Knoebels Amusement Resort for the 2025 season, which is also their 99th operating season. And weather's always been questionable for opening weekend. Last year, it was chilly. We were wearing hoodies. It was drizzling on and off. Today, it's not cold at all. It's actually kind of warm and muggy, but it's really damp and there's a chance of rain throughout the day. But as the old saying goes, the show must go on, which means I'm here to make the best of it. My plan is to ride a bunch of rides. Obviously, you can't come to this park without enjoying some of their fantastic food. And one of the things I'm going to be trying is back there in the International Food Court area, an item called German sushi. It's brand new for the 2025 season. And of course, we'll walk around the park to see what it's like on opening day. And as always, you're invited too. So come along with me for opening day here at Knoebels Amusement Resort. Now, one ride that wasn't open on opening day last season is this ride, the log flume. It did undergo a complete refurbishment and it opened mid-season, I think in either June or July, if I'm not mistaken. But it looks like it is ready to go for opening day. The staff is over there under the little pavilion. The logs are en route and the water here is filled up. So I'm sure we will be taking a ride on this later on today. I'm gonna be working with two cameras today. The camera I'm filming on right now is my DJI Pocket 3, which I can use on most rides. It's great for low light conditions like inside the Haunted Mansion and the Black Diamond. And for those action rides, well, I do have my Pocket 3 right there, which, there it is. And in order to wear that on the rides, you do have to get yourself a photo pass. Just go to customer relations, show them that you're wearing the harness, that the camera is securely mounted, and you'll get this and be able to film on any ride here at the park. As of right now, it looks like Paradrop will be operating for opening day, but you may notice something missing behind it. There's an empty space, a big void. This is the home of the Super Roundup. And they said that it would be down for the entire season for a refurbishment. So it should be back in 2026 with a brand new looking and operating ride. But right now it's just gonna be a seating area and an empty, quieter area right here by the International Food Court. Do have to love those familiar sounds and smells. We got the organ right there providing music, and the restaurants in the area are grilling up some food. I can smell it as we speak. Smells really good. And just show you some of the landscaping here. The team here at Knoebels does a phenomenal job at not only maintaining the park, but making it aesthetically pleasing to those walking around as well. The park is opening in about 15 minutes. People are in line for the Phoenix as their first ride, but can you guess what my first ride is going to be? Well, those of you who know me, shouldn't be a shocker. It's going to be none other than Knoebels' famous Haunted Mansion. We're going to get in line, and spoiler alert, I was told by the caretakers that there's something brand new added for this season. They wouldn't tell me what it is, but obviously that really piqued my curiosity, which means we need to ride to find out. But like usual, in this main video, I'm going to be showing you just some highlights. Anything new won't be shown during this video. There will be a separate dedicated video for the Haunted Mansion, which will come out after this one, and that will be a full ride through, showing you everything that ride has to offer, including whatever is new for this season. Another ride that wasn't operating last season was the Paratrooper. It was down for full refurbishment, and as you can see, it is back and better than ever. The ride operator is walking around doing a little inspection. Looks like they are missing the bulbs right now on the little canopies of the chairs. I'm sure they will be added at some point, but it looks like this will be operating for opening day here of the 2025 season. So those of you who missed this ride, it is back and better than ever. My home away from home, the famous Haunted Mansion. What I feel is one of the best old school iconic dark rides around, and one of the rides where there's no state-of-the-art effects. It is all pneumatic, hydraulic props, old gags, and there's no plexiglass or mesh to block your view. This is the only ride at the park though that's not included in your wristband, which I do have to ride everything else. You do have to use separate tickets for this season. It is $3.50 well worth it. I will be riding at least twice like I always do. But we are first in line, first ride of the day here at Knoebels. If you do want the backstory of this ride, feel free to pause and read that. Well, needless to say, there's definitely something new inside the Haunted Mansion. I was just speaking with Drew afterwards, kind of letting him know what I found. He's like, yeah, you spotted it. And I will say it kind of blends right in. And I'll give you a hint. You won't obviously see it if you're not super familiar with the ride. If you know the ride like I do, or if you've watched my previous videos to see something maybe missing, something added, you have a better chance of spotting it. But let's just say I didn't have trouble spotting it. I found it, and like I said, Drew and Lenny did a fantastic job incorporating him. He's a custom-made addition that they built in-house, and he is inserted for the foreseeable future into that ride. And they did say that there may be more coming with that particular item. Maybe some movement, some audio. So it'll only get better from here on out. But with one dark ride down, we're gonna go to the second dark ride here, none other than Black Diamond, which is the former Golden Nugget that came from, I believe, Hunts Pier, New Jersey, if I'm not mistaken. And it is now themed after coal mining and Centralia, and it's right next to the Anthracite Mining Museum and Knoebels History Museum. Make sure it's open. It's open. There's a little bit of a line, 5-10 minute wait. So we'll get aboard, take a ride through the Black Diamond. Change of plans. Went over, got in line for Black Diamond, and just as I was about to board, the ride shut down. I guess there was a safety switch that got triggered, and it shut the ride down. They said it could be down for 5 minutes or longer. They started bringing the people off the ride that were seated ready to go. So I figured I'll just come back. I stopped right next door to the International Food Court, specifically for Dexter's Deli, which is home of the new item called German sushi. It's basically a Fiesta dog, which is a corn dog with cheese, sauerkraut, and some chili. And I also got to order a cheese curds. Now, me being half German, this has my name written all over it. Now, if there actually was fish in it as sushi, it'd be a no-go for me. I'd have to let someone else try it. But everything I do like with this. So I'm going to take the first bite for you, let you know how it is, and try the cheese curds, which look really good as well. So got a little bit of everything right there. That's surprisingly good. Nice crunch of the batter. The chili, I can taste in there. It's not hot, it's sweet chili. The sauerkraut, a little bit tangy, and the cheese. So all together, it works really well. I'm gonna try one more, just the stuff that fell off. That's a home run. I like that. Let's try a cheese curd now. They're fresh out of the fryer. Not bad. There's a lot of them. You get your money's worth. I will say the flavor might be lacking something. I don't know, maybe a little bit of salt or a dipping sauce. They're not bad. Not the best ones I've ever had. But the German sushi is the winner of these two. So I'm gonna enjoy these, and we'll get back to doing some more rides. Well, I figure it's time we get a little bit wet on the log flume. Oh! Couple spritzes, not too bad. So you got a little waterfall here, dripping from above. Hopefully no one's manning the cannons today, because although it's muggy out, it's not really warm. It's around 68 to 70 degrees. And I believe the sun's trying to peek out. Maybe this day's going to turn around after all. All right, cannon free zone. No one's here, so we're safe. I will say so far most rides have been walk-on. And if there is a line, it's no more than 10 minutes. So not a busy day so far. That may change if the sun does come out. People might come later, but this one, being a water ride, I walked right on. No wait at all. Put your valuables away so you don't lose them. And here we go. Oh. I got pretty wet on that one. Whew. Got my hair ruined and everything. I just got a perm yesterday. Well, not sure if it's coming through on camera, but I definitely got pretty wet. I'd say a little bit more so than usual. Not sure if the water levels is slightly bit higher or just had a little bit more trajectory, but I got spritzed off. But I think I know a couple of ways we could dry off. So let's head that direction, see what else we can get into.
For all new riders, upon entry, please secure all loose items and placing them on the yellow line. All clear. Enjoy your flight.
Oh, best way for me to dry off is on the Phoenix. We're riding on the yellow train. Phoenix is definitely running good, and I'm 100% dried off. But now we're going to take a ride on Gasoline Alley, better known as the Antique Cars. Fun story, I call these guys the Knoebels Pit Crew because last year I rode this, my car broke down. They came over with jacks and the whole crew to fix the car and get it off the track. I'm like, hey, Knoebels Pit Crew. And next thing you know, they actually had shirts made up saying Knoebels Pit Crew. Kind of curious what color I'm going to get. They don't have all of them out on the track. Ideally, I'd hope I get a blue one, but leave your comment down below. See if you know what color you think I'll get, and we'll find out in just a few minutes. All right, these guys got green, and I can tell you we're not getting blue. We're getting a cream color. How you doing, Jacob?
Good.
Good to see you. Well, not my color of choice, but I think Jacob got me a pretty good car. track's still a little bit wet, but as you can see, the sun has actually come out, so this turned out to be a fantastic day. Hopefully it stays this way. Crowds are not too bad. It's steady, but not crazy. There's Rocco playing his new permanent home. I won't be riding that. Fandango, and then, as we saw in my preview video, Downdraft is now back here in the former place of Wipeout. It was still pulled up when I was here about a week ago, and it's fully set up, nearly ready to go. Good location for it. The kids don't stay quiet back there. I'll pull this car over faster than you can believe it. I always thought it'd be so fun to take one of these, take the governor off, and just drive it around like a go-kart. Red Cross slowing up. We got a slower car ahead of us here. This is such a nice track though. Winds its way in and out of the Phoenix to get some unique views. Got some shady areas. Boy, it is turning out to be a fantastic day. I bet you the rain in the morning kept a lot of people away. Look how it is now. So, under the covered bridge, and we're back with the Knoebels pit crew. He's got the shirt. Pit crew. Here we go. Thanks, Jacob. Boy, just a couple hours, the weather has really turned around. So we are going to head back to Black Diamond. If the line's not terribly long, we'll ride that. If it's too long, then hey, have to bypass it. Hey, this is a familiar face. How's it going?
Yeah, good.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you. I actually just took a picture with some of your fans.
Okay, yeah, I met a bunch of them today.
They said that they love watching your video here, and I got my picture taken with them. And
I met a few connoisseurs friends and a few viewers. So.
And they said, I said, did Jay go on the Haunted Mansion yet?
Twice already.
Twice.
Yep.
The rain stopped and now the sun's out.
Yeah, fantastic. I put in a paper for you guys. I said, let the weather cooperate.
It was you or the roller coaster reverend, because he's over there.
It was a joint effort.
Yeah.
Hey, good to see you.
See, I'll catch up with you later.
All right. Those of you may not know, that was Stacy. She's the one I team up with each and every year to do the behind the scenes tour. And she is fantastic at providing a personalized tour of this park, sharing information, and introducing me to other Knoebels family members like Ethan and Brian. Looks like luck's not on my side. Black Diamond is closed. Looks like the mechanical breakdown is more severe than they thought. Never good when that happens, but of course safety does come first. We will check back later. If we don't get to ride it today, well, I'll be back at the park numerous other times. A little fun fact for you, if you come in the Anthracite Museum and History Museum, there's not only displays and educational things about coal mining, which is pretty cool to check out, even a little mock mine. But if you come to the rear of the building, it's actually a park timeline showing you what rides used to exist when they were brought in. And it kind of takes you from beginning to end of how this park has evolved over the almost 100 years. So right here, up to 2025, everything down to where it started back to 1926. So learn some history, see some pictures, and learn about some of your favorite rides as to when they came here and how the park has evolved over time. Pretty fantastic. And it's actually part of the original Ferris wheel right there, the bucket style, like you would see on an Eli wheel. They used to reside here, now they have replaced it with the giant wheel. Boy, do I miss that coaster. And that was a heck of a ride for such a small coaster. And I wasn't lying, that was a high-speed thrill coaster. I was devastated when they took that out. Even riding it as an adult, it was great. Another known fact, these bumper boats came from Rocky Glen Park and Music, which closed in '87, but they did purchase them prior to that. And the location of this is now the Impulse Coaster. In 1989, we just rode the antique cars. The original ones also came from Rocky Glen Park. There was an auction in 1988. It started to operate in 1989, but there's no more remaining cars that are actually operational. The only one that's still from Rocky Glen is the display car that you can sit in to get your picture taken. I have an idea. Since it is nicer out, the sun's out, it's warmer out, and I actually have a couple quarters in my hand, I wonder what I could spend them on. Any ideas? Well, if you guessed the water geysers, well, you know me all too well. All right, here they come. Dropping the quarter now. Bullseye. All right, got my last quarter. A boat with 2 people. We're gonna get them right now. 3, 2, 1. I got them good. Time to revisit the shooting gallery. I love this one. $1 for 16 shots, unlimited time. And we're gonna hopefully do a good job hitting these targets. 16. I'm gonna try to get you a view with the gun so you can see what I see. So let's try the horn. Headlights. Hood. The outhouse.
Hey, what's the big idea?
What's the big idea? The old lady there.
Didn't nobody kill the deer first?
Let's see, the water fountain or the bathtub. Music box. Let's see the squirrel under the vehicle there. Try the little hen right in front of us. Try the old timer's leg here.
Hey, who are you shooting at?
Try his rifle. And let's see, we got 3 shots left. Let's try the lamp up on top. The other lamp. Try the shelf there. There's a rat on top. 2 rats. And that's all of our shots. Probably the best $4 quarters you could spend here at the park. It's right across from Flying Turns. Heck of a lot of fun. And for those of you coming to the park this season, bring your markers because they have new planks of wood up on here. And if you do come, look for my name. I did take it in 2 places. I will show you up close. If you do find it, feel free to take a picture and show me that you found it either by sending it to my Facebook messaging or my email, both of which are linked down below in the description. Got myself a little frozen treat. My favorite combination, raspberry vanilla twist right there at the soft ice cream stand. Gonna enjoy this and then see what our next move is gonna be for rides. I can tell you though, although the Scenic Skyway is fully assembled from appearance, it's not operating today. I heard it's not gonna operate tomorrow, but it will be operating soon. So those of you hoping to ride that, most likely won't be opening weekend, but it should be soon after because it's nearly complete. They said they just have to tweak a few things and then it will be opened up, ready to go. It's been a while since we've been on the motorboat, so I figure we'd take advantage of the small lines and take a ride down Knoebels Canal. So enjoy this point of view ride. Time to do a little damage on the best bumper cars around. These giant, fast, heavy, less auto scooters really pack a punch. Typically I would choose a blue car. I chose this yellow one because I was watching, as I was waiting. This is one of the fastest cars out here today, so I chose this one based on the speed. We'll see how many people we can get to wipe out, spin out, and just have a little bit of fun along the way. There's one. Starting to drizzle again. Nice weather was temporary, but with that being said, you may have noticed I had to cut filming short, not because I didn't get any more hits, but because the operators said over the loudspeaker, no handheld cameras. Although I had done it in the past, it may be a new rule that I'm not aware of. I do know you can wear your action camera like I have, which is in my bag, but I did want to get you some better footage. So off camera though, I did get an additional 2 hits, 2 spin outs, so I think I had 3 or 4 in total. Not my best day, but there's some good drivers out there. Taking shelter under this pavilion, which is the former ball crawl. Used to be the ball pit right here. And when I was here for the behind the scenes video, this was a storage area for the Red Baron airplanes, which are over there. They kept them under here out of the weather. Also right next to the Skyslide. And in case you're wondering, Old Smoky is not operating today. I don't think it's for any particular reason that I'm aware of. But when I was looking at the ride list, it showed it was closed today. But I will say nearly everything is open. It's about 95% open as far as rides. The only things that aren't open, as we mentioned, the Scenic Skyway, Downdraft, because it's still getting set up in its new home. Volume Curve obviously is going to be open in a coming season. But I will say nearly everything else is up and running. I think Satellite, the salt and pepper shakers, is not back yet too. I think that is being reinstalled after a refurbishment, if I'm not mistaken. So a couple little things here and there, but after a few weeks of being open, most of those things will be operational. And as a member of the Knoebels Connoisseurs group, I can tell you that one thing that has been wished upon year after year, season after season, is an adult version of this. The hand cars, also known as cranky cars, where you sit on it and you crank the handle with your hands, propel yourself on train tracks. And funny story, I remember vividly as a young child, I was able to ride these. I remember going as fast as I could, and around, I think, this back curve, I got so much speed and momentum that I just toppled over, derailed my little hand car. But those are times from long, long ago, but still hold strong memories. But yes, an adult version of this would be fantastic. I don't know if there are any in existence, but if any park was able to bring it to life, it certainly would be Knoebels. While we're taking shelter, here's your look at the Skyslide, which is undergoing full refurbishment. As we learned during my behind the scenes tour, this ride is stripped down to basically skeletal remains. It's a shell of its former self, literally. The only thing is like the spiral staircase and the wood supports for the slide itself. And as we did learn too, this was a former space simulator ride when the park first opened up. And later on, they converted it to a vertical sky slide. So you climb up the spiral staircase, carry your burlap mat, and slide down the exterior portion of it. Really fun ride, both for kids and adults. And it's good to know this is going to be preserved and an attraction that's going to be here for a long time to come once it does finally reopen. But when you're here at the park, feel free to walk by, check on the progress. But right now, looks pretty much the same with the addition of some tarping around the bottom. Rain has passed. Skies are opening up once again with clear skies. And I think it'd be a good time to take a ride on the Pioneer train. Typically I like to be in the back of the train, but I'm not going to complain because we're able to walk right on without any weight at all. We're in the rear of the second car, and hopefully the rain stays away because we're fully exposed. But we're ready to depart the station here and take the scenic ride through the woods. And if I'm not mistaken, I think they have definitely 2, if not 3 trains running today. We're behind the red steamer. The waiting to pull in the station is the F unit, and the green steamer we may see out on the route. If you have a favorite train here, let me know which one it is. For me, it's probably the F unit or the green steamer. There's a close-up look at it there. It's raining. I gotta put you guys away until the rain stops. Sorry, Mother Nature had other plans. Plan B, pull out the waterproof action camera. Oh, there's the green steamer. You know, I just got done fixing my hair too. Never fails. I was talking to Drew again. He's like, I checked the radar. He's like, once it clears up, it's supposed to clear up. I hope that's the truth because right now, it's getting pretty wet out here. It doesn't help that we're moving on a train and there's no cover at all. But as long as it's not thunder or lightning, it's only water. Here we come with the feeder station. Home of the several different colors and varieties of Knoebels squirrels. We met a black one up close and personal in the behind the scenes video. And depending on the time of day you come, especially towards the evening, often see a family of deer back here. It also parallels the campground, which is basically right through the woods there, so it's a nice remote area, but not too far away from everything. And this weather is so deceptive. We got patches of blue sky, but directly overhead is clouds full of moisture. There's Cosmo. Of course, as soon as we arrive back at the station, the rain has stopped. Mother Nature, please make up your mind. Looks like the RC Boats is currently getting ready to open up again. Everything is dry docked. And now you can see what it looks like without the water, without all the little scenery and obstacles and boats. It's about I think a 2 to 3 foot wading pool. Rain has stopped once again, for now, hopefully for good. But in the meantime, while I decide what I want to do, I want to give you a very special look at Knoebels. Enjoy. time for another food break, so I stopped at a stand directly across from the giant wheel, and it's next to the loaf, the giant loaf of bread. I got what I consider some of the best potato cakes around, and there's flying napkins too. I call them potato pancakes, I grew up with that, but they are labeled as potato cakes, but they are phenomenal. They're crispy, flavorful, not overly greasy. And I also got a strawberry roll, which is basically like an egg roll with strawberry and cream cheese filling. It's sweet, it's crunchy, it really hits the spots. So this is going to be a small dinner for me. I'm actually still really full from lunch earlier with the German sushi. That really lasted a long time, keep my belly full. So I'm a little bit hungry now. These are on my mind, so I'm going to enjoy these, and then we'll see what we're going to do next. Like I used to do my old food reviews, you guys get the first bite. Rest is for me. So good. You know what? I don't think I've ever seen this here before, a bicycle rack. The reason I bring it up is because the last year or two, I've been tossing around the idea of riding my e-bike to Knoebels. It's a long ride. I think it's around 60, 65 miles. And I didn't even know if it would be allowed. I didn't know where to be able to park the bike. A lot of unknowns. But now I see a bicycle rack. I see other e-bikes. That tells me that if I choose to ride my e-bike here, I have a place to lock it up right in the heart of the park. It's going to be safe. E-bikes are welcomed. And I think that would make for one heck of a journey. I definitely have an e-bike capable of a journey of that distance. So maybe in the future, that may happen. Apparently today is not my day to ride Black Diamond. They were shut down before. They came back at a later time. It's open, super long line. I figured, let me try one more time. Third time's the charm. Well, it's down again. There's a bunch of maintenance guys there doing some test runs on it. I'm sure it's gonna reopen, but just not in the cards for me to ride it today. Not a problem though, because I will be back here in just a few short weeks. So let's go find something else to do. I'm gonna go for a redemption run. I'm gonna do Pioneer Train one more time. With the way the skies look, I would be flabbergasted if it started raining on the train ride. Even though I made the first one work for the most part, I want to do it without having to dodge raindrops and worry about getting the camera wet. So let's get in line, do one final ride on the Pioneer Train. Looks like luck is on my side because we're going to have the F-unit diesel train and my favorite engineer of the bunch. Hopefully we still have him and you'll understand why. Like I said, typically I would sit towards the back, but I'm going to sit towards the front just because of this engineer. I want you to really appreciate the effort he puts into his job here at Knoebels. If you ever do come here to ride the Pioneer Train and he is your engineer, well, you're going to be in for quite a treat. Oh, that was one of his best ones. By the way, make sure you look out, stop and listen for the locomotive. Now this is much better. Nice cool breeze, no rain, and clear blue skies. And a twister. There's quite the queue for a twister. The other train. such a gorgeous section of woods. Tons and tons of nature's carpet. Any of our furry friends out? Maybe they didn't get the memo that the park's open. They're supposed to be here. Usually that corn's completely bare by now. Well, I figure I'll sit down and chat with you guys for a bit. There's a couple things I want to talk about, mention, and hopefully I remember it all. So first things first is that I spent nearly 6.5 hours here. Got here just after 11. It's approaching 6 o'clock now. Park closed at 7. And weather definitely played a role in the way things turned out. Today started off as damp, dreary, and rather miserable. But I pre-purchased my wristband with a spring seal that they had. So I was coming regardless. I mean, unless the park was to be shut down from like torrential thunderstorms or a tornado, I was going to be here even if I had to bring a poncho or something. So the fact that it was raining on the way out here, and basically as soon as I got the Buckhorn exit, the rain was starting to dissipate and pulled into the parking lot, it stopped. I was like, okay, maybe this won't be so bad after all. It was overcast for a while. The sun was starting to peak. Then as you saw, it did rain a couple times off and on. Small showers, but now it's been dry for a few hours. Sunny, breezy, absolutely gorgeous day. But I think the morning rain and those afternoon showers kept most people away. The park definitely got busier as the day went on, but it's by no means a packed park. It's busy, it's steady, but it's not packed. And the way I could tell that is because I would say most rides are walk-on. With the exception, I'm talking about the rides I rode, with the exception of Phoenix, I did wait in line for front row. I had to wait for about 6 or 7 ride cycles, which is about a 15-minute wait roughly. That was my longest wait. Everything else I either walked on or had to wait like 1 or 2 ride cycles to get on it. So although that's not great for business, it is great for the guests who are here like myself, because definitely got our most bang for the buck with the wristband. Even though we got it at a cheaper cost than normal price, I rode everything I want to ride with a couple small exceptions. Black Diamond just wasn't in the cards. Like I said, it was broke down 2 different times. The other time, super crowded. The only other thing that would have made the stay better is the scenic Skyway, the chairlift. I was hoping to ride that. I drove in, saw all the chairs hanging on the cable. I'm like, okay, it's ready to go. After talking to Drew, he's like, yeah, there's still a couple things to tweak. They don't want to rush it. So we'll be opening soon, but most likely not this weekend. Which gets me to my next point. I am truly humbled by everyone that came up and talked to me today. Not only did I see a lot of familiar faces, I saw Stacy, Ethan Knoebels, I saw him this morning behind the ticket counter. I saw Drew, the caretaker extraordinaire, as I call him, of the Haunted Mansion. He does a lot of other things here. I saw Camden, who's a ride operator at the carousel, the Grand Carousel. Jacob, which is part of the Knoebels pit crew at the NT Cars. There's another person that I don't know his name. I think he's in the maintenance department. And another woman who's a friend of the channel and also part of the Connoisseurs group. She works in the games area. I'm sorry if I forget your name. I don't want to say it incorrectly, but I did see all of them today. A lot of familiar faces I see each and every season. But on top of that, there were so many people that approached me today. Like I said, I'm just truly humble. I had a lot of great conversations, took a few pictures with people. There was even a young viewer who wanted my autograph, which was kind of different for me, but I honored his request. And it was just great putting faces with people who leave comments, you know, whether it's on Facebook in the Connoisseurs group or on my channel. I met people young and old, both friends of the channel, viewers of the channel, and also members of the Connoisseur group that I also belong to and share all my Knoebels content. So thank you to everyone who did come up and say hello and say a few words, and it definitely means a lot. And I say that time and time again, if you do see me out somewhere like at Knoebels or a fair or an event, if you recognize me, come say hello. I'm not a hard person to talk to. I did see a few people though kind of give me the side eye. I'm not sure if they were trying to figure out who I was. or if they were debating if they should approach me. So I think there's probably a few people that may have recognized me but didn't know from where, or that I should be, approached upon. But I honestly don't mind. It's great to meet people who have the same likes and interests like I do, especially here at Knoebels. I'm also holding something too, which I purchased on the way out. There's a vending machine right outside the first gift shop here where you can rent the wheelchairs and everything. And it's commemorative coins. This one I picked is the Pioneer Train. It's two-sided, so one side is Knoebels, Elysburg, Pennsylvania with the K logo. The other side looks like Cosmo riding one of the steam engines on the Pioneer Train, and it says Pioneer Train. So I'm gonna get one of these each time I come to the park. There's at least 4 of them in that vending machine. I'm not a pressed penny type of person, but these I do like. You can even turn them into like a necklace if you wanted to, or just get a display case. So $5 a piece, so I think all of them for, I think, $16 or $17. So I bought one just to see how it is. It's good quality, and I'm happy with it. Lastly, I just want to say I had such a great time. I say that probably every time I come to the park, because it's kind of hard not to, but today really did a 180. Like I said, it was not good this morning. I was expecting rain on and off. There was 90% chance of rain on the weather app. And now it's only a gusty breeze, but it's mostly sunny skies and humidity's gone away. It's just so comfortable and relaxing. I was sweating earlier. Now I'm nice and cool off and relaxed. And I did, like I said, everything I wanted to do. The food, I will be honest, aside from the cheese curds, which were good, they weren't great. Everything else was great. The German sushi, which is a clever name, was probably the highlight for me. I mean, that really hit the spot. Super filling. I couldn't even finish it all. I left about a quarter of it. It was just too much to take in. Couldn't finish that or the cheese curds. But like I said, if you like German food, especially like corn dogs, the big thick hot dogs, sauerkraut, chili and cheese, I definitely recommend checking that out, trying it for yourself. It's a big portion. You could probably share it with someone. The raspberry vanilla ice cream never disappoints. And of course, the potato cake and the strawberry roll really hit the spot at the end, topped me off, and I'm good to go for the ride home. So anyways, everyone who took the time to watch this video, thank you so very much for doing so. Hopefully this video not only showed you what opening day was like if you couldn't make it here or don't plan on coming on opening weekend, but gives you a sense as to what rides are operational, including Downdraft that did come online later on in the day. I thought it wasn't ready to go yet. I walked by later on and was able to include it in my slow motion video montage, which hopefully you did enjoy, as well as a special look at Knoebels, as I like to say. But I am ready to get out of here. I'm gonna be back in a few short weeks. Although I will be back multiple times throughout the season, I don't film each and every time I come. So what I do is I film the behind the scenes like I did, opening day, and I film a solo evening trip later in the summer. So probably around July, August, I'll be here probably on a weekday. They did extend their hours now, Wednesday through Saturday till 9 p.m., which is great. So I'll be here on probably a Wednesday or Thursday, mid to late summer, for my solo trip here to basically do it all over again, but except in the evening hours when the lights are coming on. And like I said, the Haunted Mansion video will be out after this one on Wednesday for my What Is It Wednesday video. It's the complete ride through, ultra high clarity camera, 4K footage. And like I said, there's definitely a new addition. Drew custom made it, and he's gonna be even tweaked more upon as the season goes on, from what he told me. So job well done to Knoebels family, the staff, the park as a whole. You guys knocked it out of the park. The park is back full of life, looks great, it's clean, and like I said, about 95% of the rides are open. Things have come a long way from COVID days, and it seems like they're only getting better, especially next year being the 100-year anniversary, which without a doubt I will be here for, but that's jumping ahead. Anyways, before I ramble anymore, I'm gonna cut myself off. Thank you once again for watching, and until next time, I will see you in the next video.